Dun 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 dun. It's Thursday. Dun 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 dun. Peak fiction, peak fiction, dude. I haven't done a Thursday reaction in a very, very long time. I have to give a huge shout out to two individuals. Number one, my cousin, who hit me up and was like, "Yo, One Piece is out," and I was in the middle of uploading my Steel Ball Run reaction. My plan today, originally, as a matter of fact, hold on, where's my camera so I can explain to y'all how we got to this point. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. It was crazy. Hold on, where's the camera? Where is the camera? No, that's Monkey D. Luffy. Where is the camera? There's the camera. Whoa, why am I so bright? Goodness gracious, hold on. Do we turn off this camera?
Nah, I feel like that's good, but we just gotta tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, something like that. Dang, dude, we are bright back there. Goodness gracious, hold on. I almost knocked over the camera. I guess I'll just do this. That way it won't be as bright. But ladies and gentlemen, it is good to see y'all. I number one, first and foremost, greatly apologize because of the new schedule. I know there's going to be a lot of people who normally attend our reactions on Friday, who's unfortunately not going to be able to make this one because of my selfishness and wanting to read a chapter early. So, I started my vacation last night. But I had a filler day, which was today. Before we leave out tomorrow, my filler day was today. My original plan was to react to the rest of the One Piece live action today, right? So last night I left off in Little Garden, and man, I had a blast. Y'all will more than likely see that video either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on when it finishes. But left off in Little Garden in the live action, and I was like, man, today I'm gonna go in, react to the rest of it, have the rest of the reactions going up, that for the rest of the week. And then I was gonna put up a post saying, you know what, I'm not gonna be here Friday. I apologize, y'all. We'll be back next week. But then my cousin before even my cousin hit me up, I saw Steel Ball Run dropped really early this morning. And I looked at Steel Ball Run. I looked at the One Piece live action. I looked at Steel Ball Run and I was like, I'm only going to have one shot. I don't get a chance to react to anime anymore because I am normally at work at this time of the day. But since we're on vacation, I was like, you know what? We're going to react to some Steel Ball Run. And so as y'all saw, we put out some Steel Ball Run. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, you know what? If we are reacting to Steel Ball Run, then hold on, give me a second. I think am I lagging really bad, y'all, right now? Let me see something real quick. Give me 1 segundo. Am I still lagging? It says lighting good, but how stream's good? Keep no lag. Perfect. Thank you in due time. Appreciate you. I was worried because my stream went yellow. Okay. Regardless. So yeah, I woke up this morning. I saw Steel Ball Run was out, and I had a decision. I was like, well. And I had to pick the Steel Ball Run, man. You know, I had to, bro. I've been waiting for so long to see that adapted. So I was like, I'm only gonna have one shot at this. I'm never free to be able to do stuff like this. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do Steel Ball Run. And so my plan then was, okay, after Steel Ball Run, we'll do One Piece live action. So videos uploading, things good. And then I get a message from my cousin Adrian who's like, yo, chapter's out. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Now, do I pick the One Piece live action or do I pick the flippin' manga, man? I go on Discord and Akashman is like, yo, chapter's out, which confirmed to me that the chapter is out in my beloved TC of B. So I was like, alright, man. Especially because last night I left off in Little Garden. And Little Garden was filled with so much Elbaf stuff where I was like, oh, I can't wait for the next chapter. We're here to read the next chapter. We are here today on a wonderful Thursday to read the next chapter. And so I'm so glad that the chapter dropped early so that I could be here for this read, because if not, we would have had to wait till next week. Because like I said, I won't be here tomorrow. So I'm so glad the chapter dropped. Now, I just want to give some quick top-level thoughts on the live action so far before we hop into manga stuff. Because, man, I've got to tell you, I am 4 episodes in right now as of the recording of this stream. And, man, I think it's brilliant. I think I love it more than Season 1. And the additions they're making in this season, for me, are like, I'm in awe. I'm in absolute awe. Loguetown was fantastic. Whiskey Peak was a ton of fun. And Little Garden so far has been sensational. So it's like, man, if I'm enjoying all of these, I really can't wait for Drum Island. Because Drum Island, I always say, is my second Arlong Park. I got hooked at Arlong Park, and Drum Island would be a fan forever. So it was one of those, like, I'm scared to get to Drum Island because of my connection to Drum Island. Y'all know how much I love Drum Island. So I'm terrified of making it to Drum Island. But man, oh man, y'all, it's been quite an incredible season so far, and one that has blown my mind. And like I said, I'm halfway through. I've loved the additions. Love the surprise. Bro, having my boy Bart, not only just Big Bart, but seeing Dragon and Saba, I was like, bro, this live action is cooking. They are showing stuff way earlier. And then the Tashigi plot line, I'm so curious on seeing where that goes right into the future as well. I just want to give 2 major highlights from the Straw Hat crew that have really stood out to me in this season. And that's Zoro and Usopp, where I've really enjoyed what the live action is doing with Zoro in regards to how he has taken Mihawk's defeat and how that's applied itself into the everyday of Zoro's internal conflict. Very fascinating stuff. And I think Usopp from Loguetown until Little Garden has been sensational. I love the way Usopp's been written in live action. And while going through Little Garden, I just kept thinking Water 7 in my head. And I was like, man, when we get to Water 7, if this keeps up with Usopp, we're going to be in for some peak, bro. Some peak. When we get to that in the OPLA, even though it'll be like 10 years from now. But just really, really great stuff. And obviously, I talked about this during the Laboon episode. But I love the way they did they've been handling the Luffy sections in live action as well, specifically in season 2. Absolutely love them boy in season 1, but in season 2, the way that the moments outside of combat have done so much with Luffy's character in every arc. Loguetown, from the live action version of Luffy's character, the Laboon, bro, my boy doing the Nika dance and everything. I was like, while being Sake, obviously, because of his connection to Shanks, and I was like, man, this is great stuff, you know. So I've really been enjoying S2 so far. Excited to hop back into it whenever the time arises, because it won't be today, obviously. But man, it has been great. It has been great. And so we're here today on Steel Ball Run Thursday to read some peak. Let's go ahead and look at the memberships here. And like I said, for anybody watching this in the future who normally attends our streams on Friday nights, as I promised, today we broke that promise because I am on vacation. And so because I'm home, y'all know I made the video a long time ago. When One Piece is out, I'm out. If I'm free and One Piece is out, so am I. So am I. You know what I'm saying? So Let's go and start off with our Fertile Baggage. Goes membership for 28 months, 2 years and some change. It says peak chapter, Goat Raw Fire. That's how we know we're in for it. That is how you know we are in for it. So, Goat Raw Fire chapter incoming. Super, super excited for that. We're in some good stuff right now in Elbaf, man. So I'm really thank you so much for that Fertile Baggage. In due time, because the membership for 31 months, also 2 years and some change. Appreciate you in due time, man. Always good to see you. It says, yo, the drums and a heart. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for that in due time. As always, love the profile picture. And then Behanort comes in with a 25 PLN and says, hey, coach, did you know it's been 271 chapters since Emu was introduced? Has it really been that long? What is today? Chapter 1177? From 1177, the first chapter Emu was introduced was chapter 908. Well, technically 906. It was either 906 or 908. Or either way, you're spitting. The entire original JJK manga run was 271 chapters. Emu's reign and run, dang, that's crazy. Emu has been in the One Piece manga as long as JJK existed as a story. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. All love to JJK, by the way. Today's episode was awesome. This entire season of JJK was awesome, man. I mean, unbelievable stuff. I am going to miss Goso as a director because I have thoroughly enjoyed every single episode from this season, all for different reasons. All rewatchable for different reasons as well. It's been a spectacular season. So many great episodes. I'm going to miss my JJK Thursdays. Well, obviously, hopefully there's Stu Ball Run Thursdays now. I don't know when the next episode is dropping, but hopefully it's Stu Ball Run Thursdays. But I'm really going to miss JJK because, like I said, I don't know how much longer we have with JJK in this particular season. But they've been cooking at the highest level, and I'm going to miss it a lot. Wait, are we back? There's a lag between audio and video? Are we back? Are we good? I refreshed and the sound came back. Look at that. You see what happens when I start talking about Emu? I start talking about Emu. And Emu wants to silence me. It happens every stream. Every single stream, when we mention Emu, something happens. Either our camera gets reversed, now our mic is muted. Chapter 1086, our entire power went out. Y'all saw it happen in 4K. You know what I'm saying? So, I greatly apologize for that. I'm not sure what happened. Like I said earlier when I was uploading the Stu Bar Run reaction, the internet's been horrible in my house. Don't know what's happened, but it'll be all right. We will be okay. Yeah, I'm happy for the individuals over in Europe. Like Panda Man saying right here, early Recon stream, finally get to watch live for once. I live in Europe. For the individuals who live in Europe, this is always a great opportunity to be able to talk to y'all too, man. I miss being able to do these. My ideal schedule would have been, having 4 different time periods. Actually, we get 3 chapters a month normally. So 3 different time periods, right? Where we do it 1 in the morning, mine time, 1 at this time, which is like afternoon, my time, and then 1 at night, which is when we're doing it now. So that we could, have all the different audiences that could potentially be a part of the experience. But I don't have that luxury anymore. So it's only Friday nights. So I'm glad that we're going to have this opportunity to be able to have this reaction. So I truly appreciate y'all. Recon, did you see Jay get shut down for bringing up the Summers Files? There's no way. The Summers Files is crazy, by the way. The Summers Files is absolutely insane. That is hilarious. But I don't doubt it. The Gorosei don't play. The Gorosei don't play and Emu doesn't play. Apparently. And neither do Holy Knights. With the apparent Summers Files. So, that is hilarious, mind you. Oh, man. And that's some Sacred Relapses as well. That is absolutely hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, no, Kosh Panda, that would have been the ideal schedule. I just can't do it anymore. because of my current schedule. I can no longer afford that. I'm not home at this time on every single week except for this week. So it just will not be possible. So we're gonna have to continue, unfortunately, doing the nighttime streams. But that would have been the ideal schedule if I was still doing YouTube half-time. I've never done it full-time, but like half-time. Now it's straight part-time out here Roman Reignsing the YouTube game. But man, yeah, that is it for our memberships and super chats. So I guess we can go ahead and put the poll up so we can get into the chapter. Yo, Quag 2, what is good? Yeah, so Quag 2, like I was explaining earlier, I'm on vacation this week, and as I always say, when One Piece is out, I'm out. So we're here. My next vacation after this week is going to be in June. So, but if I'm home that week, or I'm sorry, if a chapter drops that week, then most likely we'll have another early chapter reaction that week. So we'll see. But yeah, man, yo, happy to have you here, Quag 2. Happy to have the squad here. So let me go ahead and put the poll up so that we can read some greatness. Also, what's your end, bro? So excited. So excited, man. No, my internet again. Hold on, I will answer you when my internet comes back. Because I'm in the red. Hold on. It's telling me it's bad. Give me a sec. I think I'm getting cooked right now. I think we're back. I think we're back. I think we're coming back. Maybe. Hold up. I think we're back now. We're in the green. Okay, we're in the green. I think we're back. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. When I saw the upload time for the Steel Ball Run reaction, I was like, this is gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad day on the internet side of things. So there we go. I think the internet's back up again. Perfect. So to answer your question, Gita Kumar, for Sky the Second Chapter, I am so incredibly hyped for Sky's second chapter. So incredibly hyped. You have no idea. I loved first chapter so much. Obviously the original, but the remake so much, specifically from a gameplay standpoint. The Sky SC with the same type of combat system and overall gameplay mechanics, that's bare minimum top 5 favorite Trails games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. And I need it because I'm fiending for another Trails experience. Coming off of a wonderful replay. I just finished replaying Beyond the Horizon earlier this year. Shout out to NIS America for that for the review copy. But it's something that I'm so excited to be able to hop back in eventually once more into that world. And so whenever the Flying Flappers we get that new Trails game, whether it's next year, because it looks like next year might actually be like a crazy year for what I'm into from a video game standpoint. This year's already been incredible. Pokopia. I haven't even brought up the thing I've been obsessed with. Dude, I have been addicted to Pokopia, man. Like, y'all, I don't think I can put that in, like, I don't think y'all understand. Bro, I am hooked on Pokopia, man. It's bad, dude. Like, I was going back and forth between Resident Evil Requiem and Fire Red until Pokopia dropped. Then it was like, okay, we're doing Pokopia and Requiem. I finished Requiem. Dude, I haven't switched off of Pokopia. It has been endless. The game has me, bro. It's crazy, dude. I love it. I absolutely love it. But anyways, let's go ahead and put up the poll here. Are we reading the title this week? Let me know. let me know if we were reading the title this week. And as y'all let me know that, let's go ahead and get started with the intro. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to read what is currently at this point sitting as the #1 most watched show on Netflix. What we're about to read is the best-selling manga in history and the best-selling comic of all time. We are here today to read. I haven't voted on the poll. I don't think this week at all. I need to vote on that poll. We're here today to read, as I just stated, the best-selling manga in history, the best-selling comic of all time. The one, the only, our beloved, in the midst of the Elbaf greatness. Coming back with the anime that I still need to watch the last 2 episodes for. Of One. Did y'all see those numbers, by the way? You know what it is? For, I believe season 2's already generated 16 million views. Do you know how insane that retention rate is? For the first season, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was 18 million within that first week, or first 2 weeks, whatever it was. When I saw season 2 was at 16 million, do you know how impressive that is from a retention standpoint? That's insane. That means we're doing something right. We're cooking on some type of level. You know what I'm saying? We got grease in the kitchen. Incredible, man. I mean, genuinely incredible. It's insane. It actually is insane. It actually is pretty insane to me. So, let me go ahead and here. Any update on Iruma-kun? Season 4 comes out on April 6th. No update, unfortunately, Akash Panda. I apologize. No update on the Iruma-kun. No update. I have failed thee. Bayon said you should check out Deltarune and Undertale. I actually talked to AJ about it. You just brought it up. Especially Deltarune. AJ can vouch for that masterpiece. The person next door, my little brethren, and I went through. Well, he got me into it because that's his favorite series. That's his One Piece, and I experienced the entirety of both of those early last year, and then obviously we experienced chapters 3 and 4 whenever they dropped. Incredible stuff, man. Incredible stuff. I think, just in terms of scope and scale, it's undoubtedly, when it's finished, Deltarune is definitely going to be among the very best. Especially after playing Mother 3 last year, I was able to see how many influences Toby Fox has taken into that entire world, which is very, very fascinating. But both of them contain 2 of the greatest soundtracks, man. Otherworldly stuff. Shout out to Hopes and Dreams. That might be like in my top 10 all-time favorite video game soundtracks. That is absolute peak. But trust me, we've been locked into that Bayonort. We have been locked into that greatness. In Due Time comes in and sends 5 gifted memberships. All love to you, In Due Time. Truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by today, number 1. And number 2, for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. And so, to the individuals who received those memberships, we love to see it. And definitely make good use of your membership privileges. Now, 16 mil season 2 plus 3 mil season 1. That 3 million people have come in and watched season 1. That's a good point. So newcomers, of course, are going to watch season 1 first, and then dive into season 2. That's a great point, Akash Panda. That is a great point. Great point. Vote for Roxanne. Vote hard at us. Coach, hope you're good. Let's go. This chapter's awesome. Let's go rock and roll. Let's go. All right, let me go ahead and grab the iPad then, and we'll get right into the chapter. If the internet does what it just did, yo, Brandon King, what's good? If the internet does what it just did again, just spam and scream in the chat, and we'll put a pause to things until we can get back in there. All right, man. Let's get right into this greatness. Aha! We left off right here. I still have 1176 pulled up. Flipping flagnards. Well, I lost the page. Let me see. Okay. We're on chapter 1177, right? Let me see. I had to check the title. Or not the title, the title of the stream. Yeah, we're on 1177. Where can I find it? I found... this one says 1177, but it has last week's caller page. Well, just in case, I'm going to go down and see if it's the same chapter from last week. So yes for the title. So I won't have to worry about a title. So let me just see if this is the same chapter from last week then. Rock and Roll Power, appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining the Kingdom of Awesome Sauce. Truly, truly appreciate you, fam. Note that 1177 not only ends volume 115, but it also ends the One Piece anime for 2027. So we're going to be in for some craziness then. There is no doubt about that. Okay. So let's go ahead and see here. The fire's spreading. Am I reading 1177? Oh, thank you. Akash Panda posted it. Perfect. All right, I'll pull that link up here. And then I will pull this link into my... over onto the iPad. Let me do this. See, yeah, I didn't see this. So I was on the wrong chapter then. Thank you, Akash Panda. So let me go ahead and pull this in then. Come on. Just let me airdrop. Let me airdrop, buddy. Thank you for sending a link to Kosh Panda. Let me pull this in. Yeah, I can't fly, man. I don't know why I've been unable to execute upon bringing in. There we go. Akash Panda, thank you so much. I got the link up. Perfect. There we go. Shout out to Akash Panda, ladies and gentlemen. Always coming in clutch. That's my guy right there. All right. So while the page loads here. Buy 2 posters, get 3 free. Look at these posters, dude. Yo. Hold on. I gotta look at these real quick. Dude. They have a Loki poster. All these look so sick. Saba one, Law one. Man, yo, these look sick, dude. Look at the Shanks one on top. The Soga King one goes so hard. Oh, they all do. The Sanji one. Dang. These posters are sick. I'm not gonna lie. These posters are sick. Shout out to this advertisement for One Piece posters, getting us distracted from the chapter. Let's get into it. Yeah, see, I definitely clicked on the wrong link because I did not see this. One Piece chapter 1177 titled Fury. Fury. Okay, and we've got a Robin here with some moles. Shout out to my boy Dak Sake. Shout out to my boy Dak. Always coming in clutch. Always coming in. With the mole theory. Those are Morge's posters? Morge? Morge! Yo, evil Parvision. You cooked. Dog, give it up for evil Parvision, man. Give it up to Morgan time. Dude, Morge, you cooked. These posters are awesome, dude. Every last one. Look at how sick this Shanks one is, bro. Look at the Sogeking one. I would rock this Sogeking one. I really would. It's filthy. Come on, man. Yo, the Roger one has him laughing in the swords. Yo, shout out to Evil Parvision, man. My guy. My guy, dude. So let's go and get into it. Once again, so Robin here planting. Robin also playing Pocopia. This just proves to me that Ichiro Oda is also playing Pocopia, because these moles are clearly creating a habitat for some type of Pokemon here. So God bless him. Robin planting flowers in a mole-made flower bed. Fuji Fujin, Miss Fuji Fujin, is undoubtedly playing Pocopia, and we know Ichiro Oda is as well. So, awesome stuff. By the way, speaking of Oda, when I finished the One Piece live action, I saw that they have like a behind-the-scenes podcast for One Piece, and apparently Oda was interviewed in one of them. Is this something that y'all would recommend watching after I finish watching the One Piece live action? Like, do they talk about it, or do they talk mainly about Oda about other things? Let me know, because I'm definitely interested in checking that out. We almost never get like a podcast with Ichiro Oda, but I don't want to get spoiled on the live action. I say spoiled. I know everything happens to One Piece. But you know, because the live action is telling stuff differently, I don't want to get spoiled on it. So just let me know if the podcast episodes can be watched before I finish the live action season 2, or if I can already watch the podcast episodes. Okay, thank you, Akash Panda. Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you. Is Morge evil Parvision, or is Parvision evil Morge? That's a good point. That's a good point. So, I'd say both, because Parvision is definitely evil Morge, and Morge is definitely evil Parvision. So, I think both of them work. I think both of them work. But regardless, massive shout out to my boy Dak Sake for the mole theory, as we have Pocopia here for the greatness. But thank you for letting me know about that, Akash Panda. Because now I know to wait until after to watch the One Piece podcast with Mr. Oda. The age of boiled eggs has arrived. At the convenience store, boiled eggs are so juicy and delicious. That was a cereal commercial, right? It's something and delicious. What cereal was that? Am I tripping? Is this the Mandela effect happening again? There was a cereal where they were like, it's magically delicious. Is that what they said? Am I tripping? What was that for? Were those Fruit Loops? Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms? Fruit Loops? It's magically delicious. I don't know, man. King Recon is evil Alexander. That's a fact. That may be the most accurate assessment. Lucky Charms. Thank you, JD Kurds. That's what it was. It's magically delicious. So, boiled eggs are just like our beloved Lucky Charms. It's honestly troubling me. I love that. I will be evil AJ. I most certainly will. Elbath West Village. Here we go, y'all. Not good. And we have crying here, obviously. The children. Hurry. Cool. The giant warrior pirates are fighting. Colin. I've got a bad feeling about this. Get inside. You mustn't look. Colin's looking over. He sees some of the Domi giants. You've got to come back to us, chiefs. Unlimited strength and bodies that regenerate. Nothing beats this invincible feeling. It's so liberating. And obviously on the Giants' behalf, like, yo, they have unlimited everything, unlimited stamina. They have like the NBA 2K sliders all the way at 99 at max. Nothing beats this invincible feeling, which is also selling your soul, by the way. You put those NBA sliders all the way to the top. That means you spent a lot of money on VC. That's all I know. A lot of money on VC. So you may as well have been Domiversied if you're spending all that money for versus VC. And listen, I'm a 2K player, but Lord knows I ain't spending that much money on no VC. Lord knows. Anyways, have a taste of our power. Goes in. We see a trident that smashes into Dory's shield. It reminds me of the live action content I watched last night, man. Great stuff. Captain Dory. And the trident pierces his hand here. To think that the fiercely proud giant warrior pirates would succumb to this. And obviously he's seeing him. Shame on you all. And here we've got Dory Brogy, Hadrudin. You dang idiots. Sun Realm near the lift, Chopper's group. Stop this, we're comrades, we fought side by side. I can't bring myself to hurt you guys. DDT! Rhodes! Did somebody just do a call out in a wrestling match? Hey, Cody! Hit me with a DDT! You know? Somebody came in and told the American Nightmare to hit him with a DDT! Apparently, after what Randall Keith Orton, I had to say the full name because he's a heel now. After what Randall Keith Orton did last week on SmackDown, may as well be a vintage Orton DDT. Who knows? Will we have an RKO here on LBAF? I wouldn't put it past Oda. I would not, man. You don't want to cut us down with an excuse. Join us, Kashi. Having an invincible body's the best. You can't bring yourself to hurt us. As if you could even if you wanted, I dare you to try. I thought they went I thought they all went the other way. Kashi, if you get caught between them, you'll turn into a demon too. We've got Gabon here on the bottom. Chopper. Kashi, you've got to fight. Kashi, man, it's impossible. We've been friends forever. I can't hurt him. Hey, Gontonio. We've been buddies for a long time and you never change. Whenever you ask for just one bite, you always go and eat half of it. He's like, man, I gotta find some reason to wail on you. So I'm gonna blame it on the fact that every single time you ask for just one bite, you go and eat half of the dang sandwich. And so if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna wail on you. You feel me? Sorry, Chief. Comes in, hits him. Brogy, bro. Gungnir. Hadrudin comes in, hits the Flagnards out of another one. Ikaku Sovereignty. Yeet. Cuts brother right in half. Comes from Dory. Gigantic Drum. Blurred. Really awesome barrel on a stick, mind you. Three sword style. Red Ogre. Mega Fury. And there's the title of the chapter. And he comes in and slices the Flagnards out of this dude's head. 3 sword style Red Ogre Mega Fury. Cuts the Flagnards out of him. Yeah! Possible Zoro pun referencing an idiom about a father's anger over his kids finishing all the rice. And that's obviously what we were just discussing here with the food. That fatal strike was a real beauty. Don't worry about a thing, guys. This won't kill you. Is it me or do they seem giddy about this? I think my internet just did the thing again. Are we good? Chat disconnected? Hadrudin upskill for being able to punch a Domiversity giant in half? Yo, straight up facts. Straight up facts. He really did, though. Look at his punch. I mean, just went... legitimately separated this dude in half. Like, he hit him with Law's Room Shambles. Insane. Brogy comes in, sliced right down the middle. Same thing with Hadrudin. We saw what Dory did. And I was like, man, look at Zoro's attack here. We're good? Thank you. Appreciate it. Zoro's attack is so unbelievably cool because we see how it separates into like multiple different cuts. Right? And the angle of it. It looks so sick. But regardless, that fatal strike was real beauty. Don't worry about a thing, guys. This won't kill you. Is it me or do they seem giddy about this? Chopper's group? Run away, Kashi. Forgive me, I can't. In the Gabon? Chopper? Did he just eat a monster ball? Yes, he did. Finally, some Chopper action. Knock it off, you jerk. Comes in, smacks the flag nose out of him. Gah! I don't feel a thing. Did Chopper just knock the demon out of him? Chopper! Chopper's out here exercising dudes with his fist. Dr. Chopper! Yusuke Urameshi style, yo! Chopper hit the flipping door reverse out of him! Big Chopper, I wasn't familiar with your game! Yo! Dr. Chopper, he smacked the flag nerds out of the dude! He legitimately... Yo, Chopper, I was not familiar with your game, dude. Yo. Urameshi Chopper, bro. Unreal. Goes in, sends him back flying. Then here we see the piece. It looks like he's about to be switched to turn. Yo. Yo. Chopper Urameshi. Unreal. He smacked the flag darts out of him. Yo! Unreal stuff from our doctor. I don't know, man. That's a feat. That's a feat. Chopper? That's a feat right there, brother. Yo! Goes in. What? He turned back to normal. How? Getting a spam call. Do they also want to know about how Chopper smacked the Domi Reversi out of his brother? Yo, what? He turned back to normal? But how? 'Cause Chopper's that guy. And Dr. Chopper does what only Dr. Chopper can do. Which is go into Monster Point and smack the flag darts out of dudes. Bro, the fact that he smacked him so hard that it took him out of Domi Reversi, I wonder... Because remember, earlier on this arc, we were wondering, why is Chopper learning about how to separate, how to stop the regeneration, right? He was with Gabon. That premise was discussed whenever he was with Gabon's. We were all wondering, is Chopper going to be behind this? Apparently so. Apparently so. Brick gets him out of the reverse. He switches him back into a white piece. And it's like, man, but how did he do it? How in the flying flag darts did he do it? I know even Chopper himself doesn't know. Outside the Owl Library. This is insane. I still can't believe Chopper just did this. This is insane. Chopper! Outside the Owl Library. Black Ball, Nami, Zeus. Zeus looks huge, bro. So he's up there. Yummy. So we've got greatness from you miserable dogs. Look at Jude killing them. Do you know the hell that's in store for plebs like you that dare defy the gods? And we see like half of his face is melting off. His neck. Unhand me, you unhand me, fishman. You're filthy. He's beheaded. After last week's insanity, so Nami's feeding Zeus. We've got Big Frank, Sanji, and Jinbei right here. Incredible. You bark a lot for someone in your position. If we box him up, he should be able to reattach everything, right? Thanks for the help, everyone. I guess that's one way to deal with these guys, but it's hard to believe these are the kinds of knights they have protecting the Holy Land. Sanji's like, that wasn't even a challenge. Where's the challenge? You're telling me these weaklings are defending the Holy Land? Where's the challenge? Where are the knights that could supposedly give me a challenge? Where are the dudes that can match up to Vinsmoke Sanji? That's what he just said. He's like, they got fodder like this? Jude killing? Who's Jude killing? Nothing to your boy Sanji. Nothing. Nothing, man. He's like, yo, where's Shamrock? I need a challenge. Where's Emu? I need a challenge. Where's the Gorosei? I need a challenge. It's hard to believe these are the kinds of knights they have protecting the Holy Land. We've just gotten too strong for them, Sanji. That's just where we're at right now, man. The Straw Hats are just them. Luffy's an emperor now, you feel me? I feel you, Franky. Yes, Luffy's an emperor now, you feel me? That's great and all, but it pisses me off to think that we're such vermin we're allowed to terrorize Elbaf. Underestimate us while you can, maggots. There's still one more who hasn't taken any damage yet. Don't let your guards down. Then, of course, is Gunko. Zeus. Fires keep breaking out all over Elbaf. Understood. For now, just keep the rain pouring. Got it, I'll give it my all. And of course, Nami doing also what only she can do, right? Oh, Loki! Let's go! Loki comes in. Where's the king? Yeah, there's a laugh. And there's my king. Hey, Nami, Sanji, Franky, Jinbei. Yo, Loki looks so sick in this form, bro. We've got the massive blast breath in the background. It's huge, like a sea king. Wait, if it's with you, don't tell me that's Loki. That's a buddy of yours? No way, that's so cool. I love how Franky's so nonchalant. Franky is like such a straw hat at heart. That's a buddy of yours? No way, that's so cool. Right? This guy's just too big. Are you out of your minds? Nami yells. It's terrifying Luffy. It's good to see that Nami still has Conqueror's Hockey at the highest level. Even Loki's like Sweet Mother of Flagnards. You've gone and made friends with another freak? I'm glad you beat the monsters, but seriously? That thing's breath is only feeding the flames, don't you see? If you have to burn Elbaf to the ground to stop the bad guys, it defeats the whole point. So knock it off. And poor Loki's getting a lecture. Loki's out here putting in work, and the brother's getting lectured. Nami has a good point. But the brother's getting lectured, man. He's getting... Look at Luffy. As the squirrel is just hitting him on the... It's just tapping him on the back. You got me in trouble, Loki, with the actual a mother of the ship. It's like, screw you, man. How dare you get me in trouble? I just want to crush all the threats to Elbaf. That's all Loki wants to do. Why should I give a crap about your crewmates? Like, come on, man. It's not my fault. That's your business. That's your problem. I'm only here to do one thing. That's to take care of all of Elbaf's enemies, brother. Nami problems you. And he goes in, fires a blast breath at Luffy, mind you. Luffy hits the Gear 4 pose. Oh, it's just lightning. I'll be alright. If it's just lightning, I'll be alright. Why didn't that work? Because it's lightning, brother. That's why NL couldn't beat you, boy. I would have sent you flying if it did. And Luffy looks over. Center of Branch 8 Brook's group. Brook. Usopp. Ooh! Emu. Please flee. Please flee. Cold Steel. Please flee. I came here for my own reasons. She's dangerous. Usopp. It's Usopp and Brook. With Emu. Who would run and abandon a crewmate at a time like this? Usopp. Yes. Usopp. Yes. This is what we've wanted. And in front of the main villain of the series. Who would run and abandon a crewmate at a time like this? Brook. True warriors do not run. Where's my Jordan jersey, bro? We're getting Usopp greatness. Finally, brother. Hold on. I can't find the jersey. I don't care. Invisible jersey's on. Who would run and abandon a crewmate at a time like this? Brook. True warriors do not run. Brook. Usopp! Usopp. I've always dreamed of visiting this place. To come to the land I've admired. I won't disgrace myself, not here. Besides, I'm burning with fury right now. Brook, These guys, they're looking down on Elbaf. Usopp's cutting a promo in front of Emu, bro. This is the stuff we dreamed about. We see Gunko Emu. Their gutless plan was to sneak here and kidnap children. Look at him. He's missing teeth. Usopp, bro. This is why I fell in love with your character, dog. Because of stuff like this. Yes, their gutless plan was to sneak here and kidnap children. They didn't use their own strength at all in this invasion. They relied on those monsters and hijacked the minds of all those proud warriors trying to force them to slaughter each other. Yo, he's cooking. Emu, how dare you carry out such a cowardly and underhanded scheme, you shameless bastard? And Emu smacks the flagnards out of Usopp. But he was cooking in front of the main villain of this series. Let's go, Usopp! Yes! Goes in. Brook yells, Usopp! Google turns around. Brook. The warriors of Elbaf. Usopp! Yes! This dude has his eye, has the Paulito, bro. He's got the thing. He's got the fucking slingshot aimed at Emu. The warriors of Elbaf fight with their own swords and shields. They put their own lives on the line. They're a nation of warriors. If you want to conquer them, do it fair and square. Fight them head on, you spot. Oh, Sava! I might find the jersey. I gotta find the jersey, dude. I gotta find the jersey. This is all I've ever wanted. This is all I've ever wanted, man. This is all I've ever wanted. Finally! Finally, dude! After all this time, wondering what was going to be Usopp's moment in Elbaf. What was going to be the opportunity for Usopp to come in like Ranya did, showcasing the warrior spirit of Elbaf. And who is Usopp doing in front of? Emu! Emu! Oh my god, it's happening, man. The warriors of Elbaf fight with their own swords and shields. Comes in, aims the slingshot. They put their own lives on the line. They're a nation of warriors. If you want to conquer them, do it fair and square. Do it fair and square, bro. My guy! Fight them head on, you spineless coward. A dominant ruler never sullies their own hands. And then Emu comes in. And what a line, what a response from Emu. Skull bomb grass. Emu teleports in front of him. Fire. And of course, the skull grass explodes. Usopp cooked. Usopp, man. You did good, brother. You did good. Usopp took like a potion of it. Usopp took a portion of Emu's head off! No regeneration Goku would have been pwned by Usopp, bro. He got a headshot. Usopp, that's the Sogeking, bro. What? Yo! He got a straight headshot on Emu. Oh my god. He got a straight headshot on Emu. Even took out half of a wing. Shout out to my boy Usopp. Shout out to Usopp, bro. Yo, we finally, after all of these years,
got it! In front of Emu! In front of Emu, you know what that is?
Yes! Yes, man! Moment couldn't have been timed any better either. Because as I've been going through, like I said, the OPLA, I've been reminded of why I love Usopp's character so much. And this is a dude who was in my top 5 favorite One Piece characters for so long, man. And obviously over time, has left that spot. But there's this piece of my heart that'll always be an Usopp tard, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this hits. This hits different. This hits, man. So it's like, dude. Luffy, it's her.
They're in front of Emu! Yeah. Oh my god, it's going down. It's happening. It is finally happening, dude. We're getting all the moments we wanted back to back. Usopp greatness. Luffy and Loki stand off against the final villain. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Yes. Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go. The camera. Oh, no. Hold on. Wait. Dude. My God. Are we still live? Okay. We're still live. Dude. It's finally happening, yo. So right after Usopp's moment, we turn over Loki and Luffy in front of Emu. It's her, Usopp Brook. She's the source of the hockey we felt down in the realm of the dead. It's happening, boys. It's finally happening. Hey, Loki. I'm really pissed now. Serious Gear 5 Luffy. Serious Gear 5 Luffy versus Emu! Hey, Loki. I'm really pissed now. I wasn't planning on letting these guys off the hook anyway. Nika. Emu's iron dropping government names! Nika. Nidhogg. Submit or perish. This battle shall divide the world. Maybe even literally, bro. Maybe even literally. This battle shall divide the world. Submit or perish. Face to face at last. Y'all, no lie. The entire second half of this chapter, for me, automatically propels it into chapter of the year so far material. Chapter of the year so far material. Because I got my Usopp Elbaf moment, and I finally got the standoff between Luffy and Loki and Emu, and Emu states the government, the Govy name, Nika, Nidhogg, submit or perish. This battle shall divide the world. And bro, I don't think Emu's playing. They legitimately might split the world in half. Bro, serious Gear 5 Luffy? Oh my. Oh man. Serious Gear 5 Luffy and Loki versus Emu. I already know what Emu's gonna do. We're about to see some craziness with Luffy and Loki throwing down. Emu's gonna pull out a whole bunch of stuff out of that book. And then we're gonna have Domi reversing Loki versus Luffy. It's just where it's gonna go.
Then we're gonna have Luffy and Loki battling it out. Luffy's gonna defeat Loki. I'm gonna obviously head him on the Doom Reversi. Chopper. If Chopper did it, Luffy can do it. So it's like, it's. Oh my god. Oh, so we're in the same arc. We're gonna have a flashback version of Emu versus the Legends of the series. And in that same arc, we're going to have Emu against Luffy and Loki. Right after Usopp delivered a legendary speech in front of the final villain, bro. Or, I don't know if it's the final villain. But Blackbeard, more than likely. Right? Who cares? It's one of those two. But dude, finally, you know, we kind of called this Loki. A couple chapters ago, chat, I remember Akash Panda bringing up the fact that the volume was going to end in chapter 1177. And that it would be a good opportunity for us to get Luffy and Loki the standoff against Emu. Oh, is there a break next week? There's no break. There's no break. We'll be back next week for Luffy and Loki versus Emu. Oh, man. I can't believe this final page exists, bro. I can't believe these final, 6 pages exist. Usopp forced Emu Gunko to regenerate head and shoulder. Like the shampoo. And now we have... Yeah! It's finally time, man. It doesn't even feel weird. Bro, this feels like fan fiction. It feels like fan fiction, man. Dude. Where's my glasses? It feels like fan fiction. Yo. Gosh, Panda. Emu talked to Luffy directly. Last time Gear 5 Luffy got serious, Kizaru got turned into a pizza. That's facts. That's facts. Kizaru and Saturn got manhandled last time Gear 5 Luffy got serious. Oh. Bro, you know what I'm so hyped for? When we see things from Emu's perspective, and Emu starts thinking back to Joy Boy. Oh. On some Madara thinking back to Hashirama stuff. Oh my god. That's gonna be so peak. Having Emu see Luffy do certain things, and he's just like, man, Joy Boy. Yo! Man. So, I'm really... This chapter... Fascinating stuff. The Chopper thing, I legitimately have no idea where we're going to be heading with that. Because there's something there that I just don't know. I genuinely don't know how Chopper managed to do that. But I'm very excited to see what that answer ends up being. So Chopper's figured out something about Doom Reversi. We obviously got to move on with Sanji and the rest of the squad taking care of Jude killing him and them. So, then obviously Dory and Brogy are laying the smackdown with the rest of the squad, with Hadrudine and whatnot. Laying punches that cut people in half and all that stuff. But this Usopp moment and Luffy and Loki versus the same... Listen, man. Emu... We just saw Emu take on Rocks, Roger, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and Garp. Alright? We just saw that within the flashback. So, I can't wait for Emu Gunko to show off what Emu Gungo can do against Luffy and Loki, man. I can't wait to see what Loki can do. Listen, this final line of "this battle shall divide the world" legitimately feels real. With the amount of destructive capability of just Loki, the planet could legitimately be split in half by this fight. Emu added into the mix, a Yonko and Luffy, bro, the whole planet's gonna feel this. When they start boxing, imagine Emu and Luffy hit a conquer. Oh my god, a conqueror's clash between these two. Bro, a conqueror's clash between these two might actually shake the very fabric of space-time. It's gonna cause them to warp into the future, bro. Dude, that might be how they solve space travel. Is when they use Conqueror's Hockey, it's gonna cause some sort of shift in the space-time continuum. And they're gonna be thrust forward in time. Yo, what realistically, especially with how huge Loki is, the Toon Force capabilities of Luffy, who's already really strong as is, even without Gear 5, and then you have an Emu, whom we've already seen, especially with the book, has things that can not do things on both the small scale and on the extremely large scale, as we saw in the God Valley incident. So it's like, man, dude, we're about to see something nuts. I mean, this is going to be a battle of obviously legendary proportions because of who's here, but a battle of just of insane destructive capability. Insane DC. I can't believe it. We're finally here. We're finally here, man. Yo. Loki eats Emu in one chomp and the credits roll. Let's get it. Loki greatness. We'll take that. Us Usopp's tards have been starving since Dressrosa. We're finally getting fed again, man. Yo, miss, bro. It's crazy. It honestly, it fills my heart with so much joy for Usopp to get this moment. Especially within the context of it being against Emu in Elbap. Because we knew it was coming eventually. But for him to have this moment against Emu of all individuals, for me, is why this is what makes it so special. Right? And the fact that we know, had Emu, had Gunko specifically, the body of Gunko, not had regenerative capabilities, a headshot was incoming to Gunko, that means everything. I mean, come on. Usopp greatness, bro. Usopp greatness. Usopp greatness. Usopp greatness. Come on. Come on, dude. So, let's go and read some supers here. I'm curious on seeing what y'all are feeling about this. Let me pull this up right here. So Bayhunter comes in with a 25 PL and it says, Emu low-diffing Luffy's crew and Luffy being mainly concerned about that. And Emu is being upset at reuniting with Joy Boy. I love this. Listen. I love how Emu made it personal with Luffy by taking out Usopp and Brook. Because we know Luffy doesn't care about the grand scheme of what Emu has done and everything, right? But if you mess with one of Luffy's, one of his people, one of his individuals, you already know that is going to be what his main focus is. Even with Kaido. When Luffy got up to the roof and he saw what Kaido did to Kinemon and the squad, that's what snapped him. It's like, yo, now we're throwing hands for real. You know, so I love that conflict immediately was established between the two. We already know why Loki wants to throw hands with Emu. That's been well established. Emu isn't even upset at reuniting with Joy Boy. Emu's like, yo, another opportunity? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's awesome stuff, Bayhunter. Truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 25. Call Me Dude 24 comes with 5 and says, looks like Imco is using an ability like the Force to control Brook / Usopp. even dragging Brook into the range of Usopp's attack and making him to fire. Yeah, that is true. It's like you said, it's sort of like the Force, like a gravitational pull that'll pull you in and out, depending on where Emu wants you to go, right? Just like it would be with the Force. So that's what the book is open to right now. If it is like Crollo's ability from Hunter x Hunter, Skill Hunter, then I wonder if Emu has immediate access to all abilities, or if it is limited, similar to Crollo's ability, where it is one per page, right? Or like the bookmark has to be on the page in order for that ability to be used. So I'm curious. I'm curious on the amount of different abilities Emu can use at once. But that is a great point, Call Me Dude. It really was like the Force. Kosh Panda goes in with the 2 and says, last panel, the second last double page in chapter 1172. Let's see. 1172, last panel, the second to last double page. I can't believe the chapter ended on this. Last panel, the second to last. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world is bound to face a great divide one day. Ooh. Leading into exactly what we discussed at the end of the chapter. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world is bound to face a great divide one day. And this battle is going to be at the core of it. So I think, obviously, this battle has major implications, right, for the rest of the story. Because of the members involved, because of the individuals involved. This great divide is obviously going to be represented thematically. But I wonder if there's a physical divide that we're going to see within the planet. Within the actual, like, terrain of the One Piece world after this battle. And I'll be honest with you, if this battle ends up affecting the terrain of the One Piece world, then I think that pretty much confirms that the Red Line and certain elements like that came into fruition because of the major battle that took place 800 years ago. That a lot of the One Piece world came to be because of the effects of the major battle from 800 years ago. Obviously, I still expect the Red Line to be Jormungandr, with the huge snake going around the world, Ouroboros style, but I strongly believe still that the after effects of the war from a long time ago are going to end up being what made the world what it is today. So, if that ends up being the case, then this battle may very well just do that. Like I said, we're obviously expecting it to do so thematically, cause that great divide. But I think in a literal sense, it would be extremely interesting just for the implications of what happened back in the Void Century. Exactly. That's what I mean, Akash Panda. So Akash Panda says, like a second red line appearing. And that's exactly what I mean. Like something of crazy amounts of magnitude that shifts the terrain of the One Piece world in a major way. That would really sell just how the excuse me, the magnitude of this battle. We understand how important this is for the grand scheme of the narrative. How important is this for the grand scheme of the One Piece world, right? That would sell it. Something of that amount of time. Not time. That amount of importance. Thank you for making me look back at that, Akash Panda. Brilliant stuff. B Muddy comes in with a 2 and says, didn't know live today. Let me get home, send supers. Gotcha, B Muddy, man. Appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate you, brother. Yeah, today we went live that in a way that not even I knew I was gonna go live today. But if the chapter dropped and I was home, then we were gonna read some greatness. What if Jormungandr was an actual red dragon, and Joy Boy's ally with Boa's fruit in the past turned it into stone? Luffy's the only one who can undo that and cartoonize it alive again. If that were the case, then yes, that would be the only way. Absolutely. Luffy would be the only one that could undo that. And to be quite honest with you, because of Oda's focus... God. I'm stuck here. Because of Oda's focus on having fun in this final saga, I could actually see that taking place. To be quite honest with you. Especially if we get a round 2, which I'm expecting, between Luffy and Emu in the final war. Because I think this is just going to be round 1. And then when round 2 comes into play during the final war, post Void Century flashback, then I can most certainly see that happening then, which is going to be insane. Gonna be, first and foremost, a lot of fun to see, but I really hope that the Jormungandr thing does come into play at some point. Funny enough, all 3 can fly. I'm telling you, man, a Tengen, Toppa, Gurren Lagann-esque battle happening between these 3 is what I need injected into my veins. I need it. I know how Shanks had captured Loki. Talk to me, Black Rider. I am very, very curious in your thoughts on that. I am late. I expected a nice stream or Friday stream. That's on me, Josh Pointer. I wasn't expecting this either. If not, I would have made a post for it. But I wasn't expecting it either. Like I said, woke up today to record the One Piece live action. Then I saw Stu Ball Run was out, so I reacted to Stu Ball Run. In the middle of uploading Stu Ball Run, I was like, okay, now we're gonna watch the One Piece live action because I'm on vacation this week. And I was like, man, okay, we're gonna have this opportunity. We're good. And then I was told the One Piece chapter was out. And as I was just saying, when One Piece is out and I'm home, I'm out. So I was here and we're going to read some speak. So I greatly apologize, Josh Pointer, for that. Alejandro Solis comes in with a 2 and says, imagine if we get the Void Century flashback part 1 here. So we get part 1 of the flashback. It ends on a cliffhanger. We come back to the present. We see all the shenanigans and craziness that happens right now. And then we cut back to the second half of the Void Century flashback at the, when the One Piece is found. I would not throw that possibility, I would say, I would definitely take something like that happening because when we got into this arc, I thought we were going to get a first world flashback. When the mural dropped, remember, we had this conversation of like, I think we could realistically get a first world flashback in Elbaf. And then the Void Century flashback within when the One Piece is found. So I think getting a part 1 to that could potentially happen. The only thing stopping me from saying that is that we just got out of a 20-chapter flashback just recently. And I'm not sure if Oda wants to have 2 of those back to back. That's the only thing stopping me from saying that. I know we would be down for it. I know I'd be down for it. Another flashback. But I don't know if he wants to do that for the sake of the pace of Elbaf at this point in time. So we just have to wait and see. But thank you, Alejandro Solis. Did you play the Xenoblade games in sub or dub? I played them in dub personally. Definitely gonna, and I'm so excited to play them in sub whenever I do my replay when they release the next versions, the Switch 2 versions for the main trilogy. So excited to see how the sub cooked in regards to all of those. But I did play them in dub the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if we get 3 flashbacks, 1 for each section, World 1, World 2, World 3. That's what I'm thinking as well, Brandon King. Yes, we had the Reverie divided in 2 parts. That's also a great point. We had the Reverie divided between 903 and 908, and then we had the second half of the Reverie during the Egghead stuff. Akash Panda comes in with a 5 and says, theory, Straw Hats managed to free Shuri from the Emu by the end of this arc, but Emu kills Shuri remotely. Shuri dies in Brooke's arms, making things personal for the Straw Hats. So, taking it once again from the grand scale of the narrative into the small scale, the personal scale, where even though yes, we're going to have the context of the Void Century to be able to fuel the grand scheme of things, right? Of like dragon dethroning or dethroning the celestial dragons, and taking them off of their throne, and all that stuff that we're going to want to see, that we already want to see. That's just going to be fueled even further by the Void Century. But on a personal note for the Straw Hats, stuff like that will be important. So, if the Straw Hats do manage to free Shuri from Emu by the end of the arc, which I'm assuming is going to happen, but then Emu kills Shuri remotely, similar to what Emu ended up doing with Saint J. Garcia Saturn, then that could most certainly make things personal for the Straw Hats. That could most certainly make things personal for Brook. You know? And I wouldn't put it past Oda to have Emu do something to someone important to each individual Straw Hat. If Emu is going to be playing final endgame villain pre-Blackbeard, right? So we'd have to I'm down for that, Akash Panda. It's gonna be painful because I already know Oda's gonna really make us care for Gunko. But I would be down for it just for, like you said, having that personal, making things personal for the Straw Hats type of idea. Specifically when we get to the final war. That's too tragic for One Piece, in my opinion. Well, at this point, California Penguin, with how tragic the Loki flashback was and how dark we got at certain points, you never know. we never know. How dare you mess with Brooks' friend, Gear Death, dude? That meme of what is like a 4chan page with Luffy talking about Kaido and messing with my friends, Gear Death. Legendary post. Top tier post. Top tier. Shout out to Gear Death, man. Gone but never forgotten. I guess Ace did die. But did he really? No, it's fine. We know Ace is for sure is dead. Ace and Whitebeard. It's now as you're bringing up characters dying, I am curious on what Oda's going to play around with in regards to death at the end of the story. Which characters, right, dying and things of that nature. I've been thinking about that for a long time, but I am really curious as to what's on his current plans for characters biting the dust within the final war. Because we already know some characters are going to have to die eventually. But yes, Sweet Mother of Flagnard, man, what a chapter. What a chapter. What an experience. A huge surprise. Was not expecting to read some One Piece today, but I'm so glad that we did. And that we had the opportunity to be able to sit down here today to be able to read some greatness. I feel like I've been in this chair all day, either recording and or editing. So I'm extremely excited. Will playing Xenoblade 1 before Xenogears and Xenosaga ruin my Xeno experience? I randomly started Xenoblade 1 and I'm hooked. Bro, keep going. Keep going, man. Whatever has you hooked, you keep going, brother, man. The only thing I will say, Mist, is if you're really enjoying Xenoblade 1, then keep going. Going to Xenoblade 2, keep it going. And then it's up to you. I think Xenoblade 3 is... I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I think you will get the very most out of Xenoblade 3 with context from Xenogears to Xenosaga 3. And obviously Xenoblade 1 and 2. But you will have already played those. So if you're rocking with it, rolling, and you go Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade 2, back to back, and you want to hop into Xenoblade 3, that's also perfectly fine. But there are certain elements that I promise you will hit you just that much harder if you decide to go from Xenogears to Xenosaga 3 before playing Xenoblade 3. And that's as someone who went Xenogears, then Xenosaga 1, and then went to Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade 2, worked my way back to Xenosaga, finished that, and then went to Xenoblade 3, and I was so grateful for that. Because Takahashi was cooking with a lot in Xenoblade 3 from I don't even know how to put it, man. It's like, in so many different ways. It's something that I think you will gain a greater appreciation for that game just by playing those others that came before. But man, if you're really enjoying Xenoblade 1, you keep that thing going, brother. Because I know how that feels. When I got hooked on Xenoblade 1, there was nothing taking me off that game. And Lord knows, the same exact thing happened with Xenoblade 2. So, trust me, you're hooked on Xenoblade 1, you keep that train going, brother. Keep it moving. I'm not sure dying because she's already seemed to be a perfectly accessible character. If she makes it out alive, where will she go? Exactly, Quag 2. That's also a great point, right? So it's like, if her arc is completed right here, then it makes sense for such a character like that to be, for this to be it for that character. Then Mighty comes with a 5 and says, I have some really emotional supers to send you. I don't know if you're ending the stream. Tomorrow was going to donate plasma. Dude, all the best with that, man. So can I send half here, half in chat? Dude, it's up to you, man. We are going to be wrapping up the stream here very, very soon. But if you don't get an opportunity to be able to send the supers, just send it to me in a chat, man. You already know. You can always send those within a personal message, and I'll definitely read them, brother. It's up to you, man. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. Usopp, Law, Shanks, and Dragon for deaths. That hurts, you know. Usopp, I can most certainly see that seeing for sure. Shanks, most certainly see that seeing. Dragon, most certainly see that. Most certainly can end up seeing that. Law is an interesting one because I think Law's time to die already passed. I thought that was for sure going to be a thing that could potentially happen within the Wano saga. I don't think it's happening anymore. I think Law is surviving to the end, personally. But I can see the other three. I can see the voice entry flashback and similar to Loki's just before the climax of the voice entry, then jumping back further into the past worlds. By the way, Muddy, I don't think I properly thank you. Thank you so much for that super, bro. I appreciate you. And like I said, all the best for the donating plasma tomorrow, man. But Winston, I agree with you 100% because I could see it, just like you said, being that, being structured in that kind of way. Right before we hop into the climax of it all, right? My prediction is that only if a doctor is killed by another doctor will the killed unit turn back into full health because it's like a trick on a board game. Ooh, it's like breaking the game, video game wise. That is a cool theory because you're right, it is a video game. Somehow this chapter isn't the first time Nami gave a good scolding to an all-powerful dragon. Neither Kaido or Loki is safe from Nami. We all know Nami top 1. We've been saying it here for years. Very, very true. What about Garp, Kuzan, Sengoku? I don't think Sengoku dies, but I can see Garp and Kuzan dying. I most certainly can see one of those two, if not both. I could see that. I'm going to say Garp yes, Kuzan maybe. But I'm going to say Garp yes. Definitely going to say Garp yes. Yep. Alright, perfect. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call it there. I'm going to go ahead and finish editing that live action reaction for episode 4, so I can get that out either tomorrow or on Saturday, depending on when the time frame is going to be working for that. But this was another early chapter reaction. It's been quite some time since we've done a Thursday reaction, but it felt great to be able to communicate with some guys I have not seen in a minute, man. And so I truly appreciate y'all. We're going to be back next week for some Luffy and Loki versus Emu greatness. That's going to be so flippin' peak, man. And so, all love to everyone. Thank you so much. We got some Usopp greatness today. Excited to be able to experience more of the One Piece live action. And your boy's still hooked on Pocopia, so definitely excited to go through and continue going through those. So, all love to everybody who stopped by here today. It's Steel Ball Run Day, so we had an extremely fun time today. Today was just an awesome experience. Mist, keep me updated on your Xenoblade journey, and I will see y'all next time for some peak, man. Lodestar is in fact Silver Shots arc. One last shout out to Ragnar consoling Luffy's panel. That was, bro, funniest panel of the chapter. When you got Ragnar, the squirrel just going. That was great. It's like, don't worry about it, man. Nami's